Right, and we are live. Wonderful. Wonderful. Appreciate everybody who's watching. So for my first live on this channel, which is long overdue, I thought we would talk about this right here. Prada agreeing to buy Versace. First of all, this is Davalian Scents. Welcome everyone who's coming in and will come in, and we'll see this later. But I thought this would be a good thing to go over for my first live on this channel. It's been long overdue, as long as this channel's been on. But I figured this would be an interesting time, an interesting topic. What are your comments? Share your comments down below if you already know about this. This is 4 days ago, apparently on April 11th. And yeah, I'm thinking, okay, what does this mean from a fragrance perspective for the fragrance community? What does it mean? Prada, in my opinion, already doing good fragrance-wise by themselves. Versace, I would say, I would put Prada ahead of Versace if I think about the entire fragrance line over the years. I would say Versace kind of disappoints me in the sense that a lot of several good ones were discontinued. And even really hyped good ones were discontinued, and I never got to try them. But Prada, I like a lot from Prada, and there are several I do like also from Versace. Like I said, just some of them I don't get to try, and they are discontinued. Never got to try them. But now, what does this mean? Now that they are both the same company, you know, from a business perspective, it's going to be a merging type thing. And with a merging, then they're going to, I know for sure, you know, they're probably going to let go of some employees, because that's usually what happens in a merger, and then put together other ideas. So again, what does that mean? What does that mean for the both fragrance houses as a whole? Because, you know, Prada acquiring Versace, they're still going to put out Versace and sell Versace products, goods, and services. And then Prada's still going to keep their own thing, but the thing is, Prada is making the money now off of Versace. Again, for $1.4 billion. $1.4 billion, Prada buys its Italian rival, Versace. And so it's, man, it's just, I can't even fathom these two coming together, because I'm just thinking, well, how does this end up happening? Like, why does this happen? So, yeah, why does this end up happening? And this is my first live stream on this channel, so I am kind of trying to make sure and see if I can actually see the comments. And now I don't want the highlight to be saved as unlisted, but so yeah, so I'll go into a couple of the articles, and then we will go ahead and sign off. But this first article, the Prada Group announced a deal Thursday to buy crosstown Milan fashion rival Versace from the U.S. luxury group Capri Holdings. That's who previously had it, who was also formerly Michael Kors. And under the terms and values of one of the most recognizable names in Italian fashion, at 1.25 billion euros, which is 1.4 billion American dollars. The deal will put Versace, known for its silhouettes and bold Greco and Medusa motifs, under the same roof as Prada's ugly chick aesthetic and the youth-driven Miu Miu, whose stunning growth in recent years has far outpaced the market. Prada said that the 47-year-old Versace brand offers significant untapped growth potential. Hey, I'm not surprised. It's kind of low-key a jab, though. It's kind of a jab, because there's a significant untapped growth potential that Prada can now extract out of Versace now that they have control of Versace because they think they're better. They've acquired the lesser rival, if you will, and they're like, now that we have control of Versace, we're gonna bring the best out of them because they haven't done it themselves already. So to me, that's a little bit of a jab saying. Prada saying we can get the significant untapped growth potential out of Versace. Again, $1.4 billion. What does this mean for the fragrance community? The same, what perfumers are they going to get now? What perfumers is Prada going to use to push Versace product? Are they going to use the ones that they normally would use, the perfumers they normally use, and then all of a sudden use those same perfumers to put out new Versace fragrances? I'm interested. I'm curious in that. Curious to know your thoughts as well. Drop comments down below anytime you want. But again, Prada acquiring Versace for 1.4 billion American dollars. And there's another thing in regards to because of the tariffs. That's another thing, the reason why they're doing it the way that they're doing it. And so let's get to this article right here. Prada braves tariff uncertainty to clinch $1.4 billion deal to acquire Versace. So Prada acquires Versace. Let's get to that, including the debt. So if they acquire Versace, including the debt, that means they are, look, no company wants to take on debt unless they're using it for a certain reason, for a specific purpose. And of course, when it comes to the tariffs, it makes sense because if you have an American market, you want to promote, you want to build up the American market, and you understand that the tariff war is going back and forth with other countries and the U.S., and you have a stake in U.S. profit, like Versace does, and like Prada will now have even more so with acquiring Versace. You want to be able to use that to your advantage. So the deal strengthens Italy's position in the luxury fashion industry. Prada aims to expand Versace's potential with disciplined execution. There's another word. To me, that's sort of a jab at their former rivals that they've now acquired. Wrestling reference, I don't know if anybody remembers when WWE acquired WCW, that whole thing. Seems like it's the same thing. They were rivals for a little while. One of them buckles, the other one buys the other one, and now they're always going to make it seem like that's their little brother or that's their younger sibling. But they're still going to try to do all they can to get as much money out of Versace as they can. So Prada struck the $1.4 billion deal to buy smaller rival, again, there it is, Versace from Capri Holdings on Thursday, in a move that unites two of the biggest names in Italian fashion and offers the prospect of enhanced revenues. Prada is seeking to expand, having defied a slowdown in luxury demand. So they're saying they haven't slowed down. They've defied the slowdown in luxury demand, while Versace has been operating at a loss in recent quarters. Now, the only way to know that for sure would be to actually look at Versace's recent quarters. But again, owning Versace with its bold Baroque style prints will bring new customers to Prada, known for its minimalist style. So there's going to be a clashing of the styles, if you will. There's going to be a merging. So I'm curious to know your comments on that, because, and I'm hoping that I got the comments on here. I'm pretty sure I got them on if you want to comment there. But also, yeah, the minimalist style with Prada, I like it. I like it because it's very clean. It's very, to me, it's stylish. Prada is simple. Simple to me is stylish, especially when you talk about fragrance branding. And the bottles and their fragrances are quality. And I think Versace, you know what I want to see? I want to see them bring back some of the discontinued fragrances that Versace had that were really good. And one comes to mind in particular that I never got to smell, and that's Oud Noir. Versace's Oud Noir. I never got to smell that because by the time I knew about it and it was hyped up on Fragcom, on YouTube, everybody was buying it. It was always sold out. And then all of a sudden it's discontinued. So it was sold out. I can never buy it. And then it's discontinued. So I've never had the opportunity to buy, to try, to sample Oud Noir by Versace. So I would love it if by chance Prada would bring that fragrance back, and then also all of a sudden push it in their new way. I think they would do a good job with it. Let me know down in the comment section what you would think about that. Say if Prada tried to bring back discontinued Versace fragrances, and what they would do with that. And again, are they going to use their own perfumers? Are they going to use different perfumers to push the Versace brand? What does that mean for these two merging together and becoming one? Of course, Prada has the control, but I mean, they still want to make money off of this brand. They don't purchase it for $1.4 billion just to eliminate the competition. You want to eliminate the competition and make profit. You don't just eliminate the competition. You're giving away $1.4 billion. And again, you're already saying that they're a smaller rival. So how is Prada going to make money off of Versace? How are they going to push that brand? Because now that you've purchased it, there is a pushback, if you will. Just understanding businesses, understanding how typically, not saying everybody's going to do this, but how typically people think when two brands merge. So whoever is the brand or the company that absorbed the other one, they usually think that they're just going to wipe away all of their ideas, all of the company's ideas that they bought, and they're going to roll with all their own ideas. I think you got to balance the two. Yeah, it's still going to be you primarily, but I think you should balance the two. You should balance the two out. Take some of the good from what Versace has done, because they have become a household name. So you don't just want to totally eliminate that or ignore it. And there's still probably Versace fans that they're possibly loyal to Versace fragrances and whatnot. And the fact that they've been acquired by a rival brand is probably going to turn them off. So how do you still continue to keep that Versace fan base, that loyal fan base of Versace? What do you do with their products? What do you do with fragrances specifically, because that's what we focus on here? And just, yeah, I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that whatever they would put out is going to be quality. But what do you do now? I've always said that there's nothing new under the sun. No matter what fragrance comes out, there's nothing new under the sun. So what do you do now? I think, like I said, you got to bring back discontinued fragrances, because, or you could do what I do. In my opinion, I see certain fragrance brands doing is they'll discontinue a fragrance. I'm not gonna say who, but they'll discontinue a fragrance, right? And then they will bring it back with a totally different name. It's the same fragrance. You're not fooling anybody. It's the same fragrance as the one you discontinue. You just slap a new package on it, and because of marketing, you think that's the way to go. Sometimes it works. Other times, I'm thinking people see right through it, and I think it would have been better if you just brought back the discontinued gem that you had. But again, let me know down in the comments what you think of that. But I think I won't say excited, but I am enthused, if you will, to see what's going to happen. Like I said, Oud Noir is one Versace fragrance I never got to smell. I'm hoping that Prada does something with that. Let me know down in the comments as far as some other maybe discontinued gems that Versace doesn't have anymore that you would want Prada to bring back, or you would want Prada. What would you want Prada to do with Versace? What would you want them to do with Versace? Like I said, for me, it's bring back Oud Noir, for example, bring back other discontinued gems. And I can't think of anything off the top of my head that I would want to see them bring back that was discontinued by Versace. But right off the bat, for sure, Oud Noir. I never got to smell that. Bring that back new and improved, or just bring it back the same way it was. Like I said, nothing is new under the sun. Whatever fragrance comes out nowadays has already been done. If it had 7 notes in it, all they do is take 2 out, add 3, take 5 out, add 1. That's all you're doing now. There's nothing new. I don't care how good it smells, how bad it smells. There's nothing new. It's just, how do you maneuver, and how do you put this in and take this out, add more, subtract, multiply, divide. So, but yeah, I think at this point, just bring back something that was loved by the masses, or something like that, or something that was discontinued. and just make a different version of it or something like that. But curious to know your thoughts. Curious to know your thoughts there. This is my first live for this channel, and I'm pushing on there for the live chat. If you don't want to comment, that's totally fine. I just hope that it's on. And if you tried to comment and it didn't work, just let me know after I let this video I post, and then put the comment there. Just let me know if you tried to during the live and it didn't work. But anyway, this is Davalian Scents. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel as we continue to march forward with this channel on our road to 1,000 subscribers, our first 1,000. And again, let me know what you think about Versace being now acquired by Prada and what that's going to mean for the fragrance world in terms of what comes out next for Prada, what comes out next for Versace. Oh, does Prada take something from Versace, slap a Prada label on it, and say, look what we did? So, I mean, I'm not mad at it. I'm not hating. I'm not mad at it because it's their business now. They own it. They can do what they want. So, yeah, I'm curious to know what's going to happen. But once again, this is Davalian Scents. I don't want to make this first live too long. I got to get in the swing of doing this more often for this channel. But I just thought this would be a good topic for it. So appreciate, again, all my subscribers. Please continue to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Once again, this is Davalian Scents. Believe until you stop breathing.